Today at 6, as the cost of living crisis bites, the Chancellor sets out his plans to help hard-pressed families. Delivering his spring statement, he warned we should all be prepared for the economy to worsen potentially significantly. But he told the Commons new tax cuts would help ease the burden for millions.
A tax plan that cuts taxes on working families by over £330, cuts taxes on fuel by 5 pence a litre, cuts taxes on business, and yes, for the first time in a long time, cuts income tax.
Inflation is at its highest level for 30 years and rising. Energy prices at record highs. People are worried sick.
There were bleak predictions and a tough backdrop. The Chancellor can make his promises, but our living standards are set for a fall.
So, what difference will the Chancellor's spring statement make to struggling families? We'll look at the numbers. Also on the programme, the Taliban abruptly orders girls' secondary schools in Afghanistan to stay shut on the day they were due to reopen. In Ukraine, the city of Mariupol devastated by Russian shelling. We talked to one of the survivors of the siege. And human rights and football. We talked to the England captain, Harry Kane, about the World Cup in Qatar.
And coming up on the BBC News channel, Ash Barty is off to chase other dreams. The world #1 and 3-time Grand Slam winner retires from tennis at the age of 25.
Good evening and welcome to the BBC News at 6. The Chancellor Rishi Sunak has set out his plans to address the cost of living crisis predicted to be the worst in decades. He told MPs that fuel duty would be cut by 5p per litre through to March next year, though national insurance payments are set to rise from April the 6th. He said the threshold at which people will have to pay any contribution will be raised by £3,000 from July. That means you'll need to earn at least £12,570 a year before paying any income tax or national insurance. And Mr Sunak said he intends to cut the basic rate of income tax, the first reduction in 16 years, from 20% to 19% by the end of the current Parliament in 2024. But the Chancellor also gave some eye-watering figures on inflation, or the rate at which prices go up. Today it hit 6.2% in the 12 months to February, with the Chancellor saying that's likely to hit an average 7.4% for the rest of the year. And he talked about the UK's growth forecast, which has been revised down to 3.8%, with Mr Sunak blaming the conflict in Ukraine. Overall, he conceded that everyone should be prepared for the economy and public finances to worsen, potentially significantly. And this was backed up by the Office for Budget Responsibility, which provides independent economic forecasts to the government. The OBR says household disposable incomes are set for their biggest drop since records began. Well, our first report this evening is from our political editor, Laura Kunsberg.